Praise be Jesus Christ. In my last video in the comments, George Kazanowski wrote, Chastity 2020. And I think what George was trying to communicate in this is that for the year 2020, he's going to focus on the battle for chastity so that he can experience the peace and the joy that comes from this wonderful virtue and grace in our lives. Now, we know that the world is being ravaged by demons of lust. The world is being taken over more and more by perversion. One of the great pandemics of our time is porn addiction. And there's so much heartache in families because of infidelity, because of people giving themselves over to the demons of lust, and also so many innocent little lives lost because of our unwillingness to live lives of chastity. So I want to quote to you a few things. First of all, from the Catechism of the Catholic Church, paragraph 2339 says, the alternative is clear. Either man governs his passions and finds peace, or he lets himself be dominated by them and becomes unhappy. And this reminds us, of course, of Romans chapter 8, where St. Paul says, if you live according to the flesh, you'll die. But if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds, the sinful deeds of the body, you'll live. I also want to quote to you from Saint Charbel Makhlouf, one of the great saints of our times. He says, the sweetness of chastity is more delightful than sexual pleasure. And Matt Fradd drove this reality home in his book Delivered, where he gives the stories of couples who really loved each other, who had a great affection, delighted in each other, until they began to give in to lust in their relationship, and lust ruined the beautiful, precious love they had for each other. It poisoned their love and ruined their relationship. There is a wonderful sweetness, a delight to living chastity according to our states in life. Now, I want to recommend to you a saint if you're planning on fighting this battle for chastity in 2020. Blessed Alexandrina Maria da Costa. Now, she's the saint. She's a Portuguese mystic, and she was just recently beatified. She's the one who lived for 13 years on the Holy Eucharist. She didn't eat or drink anything else except the Holy Eucharist. And the Lord Jesus, she reports the Lord Jesus saying to her, I have put you in the world so that you may draw life only from me, to bear witness to the world how powerful the Eucharist is. Then he goes on to say, the strongest chain that keeps souls in bondage to Satan is the flesh and sins of impurity. Never has there been such a spread of vice, wickedness, and crime as there is today. Never has there been so much sin. The Eucharist, my body and blood, behold, the Eucharist is the salvation of the world. So I commend you to Blessed Alexandrina. You can ask her to intercede for you. And as a matter of fact, if you'd like to do a little novena to Blessed Alexandrina, there's a website. It's blessed-alexandrina.com, and there's a link that has her life story, and it's told in 8 short chapters. And so you can read 1 chapter a day, and then maybe take the 9th day to read over your favorite chapter or something like that. But get to know Blessed Alexandrina during this year, and allow the Lord to give you a new grace of chastity so you can enjoy the peace that comes with this wonderful virtue. Viva Christore!